How is this how we're supposed to vote for somebody? Does that tell me who to vote for? Does that tell me who the best person is for the job? How are you supposed to figure anything out? I'm voting for him. I'm voting for the roofing guy.
Well, it's not. Those yard signs are very stupid, and the man makes a good point. A roofing company is as qualified to run for political office as any other random name put on a patriotic colored sign, which is why that's not how you should decide who to vote for. So how do you find out? Someone's name on a sign does nothing, obviously. I don't watch any of their commercials on TV either. Why would I care about what a campaign wrote itself about itself in a commercial that they paid for with just 30 seconds on air? This candidate did lots of great stuff and the other one does really bad stuff. I'm convinced. I'm very convinced. How do I make my decisions who to vote for in these upcoming midterm elections on November 8th, happening right now? It's the mailers. It's the mailers from a campaign that shows the candidate standing with a diverse group of people of different ethnicities, usually with his sleeves rolled up and his hands like this, thinking or laughing with them, showing he's just a normal guy or girl, or whatever his gender is. It convinces me to vote for them. Why? Because I'm stupid. A flyer that says, he did really, really great stuff, or shows a dark, weird Photoshop-affected picture of his opponent, makes me know I can trust him. No, that's not it. So how do you know who to vote for in these midterm elections for real? Well, you can look at the actual sample ballot that gets mailed in the mail. Looks kind of like this. You flip through it, it tells you all the different candidates and ballot measures, the pros and cons against them. If you don't vote, my dog will bite your face. My dog will bite off your face if you don't vote. If that's not incentive, I don't know what is. Get them. Get all of them, Henry. You can also just do a little bit of what I call Googling. You go on Google and you type in the candidate or proposition and learn a little bit about it. Take a couple of minutes. The ballots aren't very long. You can even find a website that's like-minded to you or that you trust to be fair and accurate, and break down what really is on the line, what the candidates actually stand for on each thing and each ballot measure, what the pros and cons are, and make a little cheat sheet for yourself and bring it into the ballot. You are allowed to bring paper into the ballot with you. You can bring this in with you. You can mock it up. You can write it on your hands. You're allowed to bring it. That's not voter fraud. It's not voter fraud to bring in your own notes into the ballot box. That's totally legit. Just only vote one time, which you can only do anyway. That's key to keep in mind. Oh, and one last thing just to remember, in case you're on the fence, if it's better and you're feeling a little extra lazy, whether you should just vote straight up for Democrats or Republicans this time around, here's some of the things Republicans have voted for or against just recently. 68% of Republicans voted against upholding the election. 77% voted against gay marriage. 84% voted against veteran cancer care for our veterans. 87% voted against stopping domestic violence. 94% voted against more baby formula for starving actual living babies. 96% voted against background checks in all gun sales. They think some should just slip through the cracks and let's roll the dice. How bad could it be? What are people going to get randomly shot at? What? They do all the time? We should stop it? Sorry, I'm trying to vote with my lobby here because they pay for my campaigns. I know, but they line me pockets. 96% voted against keeping birth control legal in America. They weren't voting for some third world country. They were voting for here. You know, what's rapidly becoming a third world country. 99%, believe it or not, voted against fighting domestic terrorism recently. 99% voted against having weapons of war in the streets, in the hands of regular, non-war fighting people. 100% voted against saving Roe versus Wade. They think a woman's right to choose should be decided by them. Old white men with creepy hands. 100% voted against prosecuting rich tax cheats, because that's them and their friends, so why would they vote against that? That's why you gotta vote in different people, FYI. 100% voted against fighting climate change. 100% voted against ending gerrymandering. They think they should carve districts in funny shapes so they can decide how much your vote counts and that amount should be not a lot. 100% voted against the Voting Rights Act. They voted against giving your vote equal say. Their vote was that you shouldn't have the right to vote in a lot of circumstances. They decided with their vote. Do you get it? Do you get the point now? The Republicans voted against sending you stimulus checks during a time when we all needed it. They voted against it. 100% voted against child tax credits. They want to force you to have children. They want to force women to give birth to kids they don't want and then not help the families be able to pay for their lives with that kid because they're hypocritical. 100% voted against cheaper prescription drugs because they have Congress health care and their health care is better than ours, and that's good enough for them. Isn't that fun? Isn't that sweet of them? 100% voted against cheaper insulin because they think people with diabetes should die. That's their platform, basically. And finally, 100% of them voted against cheaper gas. That's right, voted against you and I paying less for gas in our car because they don't care about our pocketbooks. That was just a quick voting history. Of course, vote for whoever you like. It really doesn't matter. Oh, but one more tiny thing I forgot to mention. If you vote for Democrats, if they just hold the House and Republicans win no more seats there or just no less than 4 more seats there, and if the Democrats hold the Senate and gain just 2 seats, 2 more progressive people, all of the things you care for in that list will pass. And the Republicans' efforts on all of those issues will not pass. Or it'll be the reverse, and you won't recognize America anymore. Just 2. We're very close, and there's like 9 Senate seats that are very, very close that can be determined where you're going to vote. And so many other issues. Oh, and the future of our entire democracy as well. Also on the line. So please vote in the midterms. If you think it doesn't matter even in your state, it really does, because democracy is on the ballot. We need to have record turnout and show election deniers, democracy deniers, America deniers we won't stand for that. That's just a quick aside. You, of course, still decide whichever side you want to vote for. They're equally equal. Come on. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. Check out my new stand-up comedy special, The Mad King, on YouTube. But more importantly, vote. You can watch it in earphones while you're in line to vote. It won't take that long. You can finish it when you get home. If you don't vote, my dog will bite your face.